Hey guys, DJ here at Top Tech Cards and Games, and today I'm going to do a deck profile for standard green-red aggro, green-red burn kind of, Atarka slide, whatever you want to call it. There's a bunch of names. It's a deck that's always present in standard though. Mono red's always a thing. Rotation just happened. We just got our hands on the new cards from Battle for Zendikar, and this is one of the first decks I got together because I think it's just an important part of testing for the format. So let's just get into the list. First we have our 1-drop creatures, which are 4 Monastery Swiftspear, 4 Lightning Berserker, and 3 Zurgo Bellstriker. This lineup is a bit awkward to me because really the card that I want to play 4 of is Zurgo, but he's legendary, so it's like, is it worth playing 4 or not? I chose to play 3 because of that. I think 4 might be correct over one of the Lightning Berserkers, but I want to test it both ways and see. But my gut told me that 4 Zurgos was too many. But these guys are just really aggressive. You're going to want to land one turn 1 every single game. Lightning Berserker gives you a lot of reach with his dash ability and the ability to just pump mana into him, just making him a fireball every turn for the rest of the game once you get to a sufficient place on mana. Swiftspear with your burn spells can just do a lot of damage very quickly, and Zurgo is a 2-power creature for 1 mana, which is basically just what mono red ones. On 2 we have 4 Abbot of Curl Keep. Abbot has prowess, so he's another, like Swiftspear, just represents a lot of damage with how many spells our deck plays, as well as just being the only reliable 2-drop in my eyes to play in this deck, other than Dragon Fodder, which we also play, it's just not in my creature pile. He also lets us recoup some card advantage later in the game. If he hits a land off the top, we can save a land in our hand. If he misses on lands off the top, he can hit a spell we can cast. Sometimes you just waste his ability, but either way you got a 2-power creature with prowess, which will start dealing damage. Then on 3 we have 2 Goblin Heel Cutter and a Chandra. I know Goblin Heel Cutter is a 4-drop, but we're almost always going to play with dash, so I looked at it as a 3-mana creature. This guy lets us get through blockers very easily, can just force a lot of damage through. And Chandra is interesting in that she's kind of a reach engine. We're going to be able to play a lot of spells, and she's going to turn into a shock every turn if we do so. So that's pretty cool. Onto our burn, or spells, they're mostly burn. We have 4 Wild Slash, just the best shock variant in the format. 4 Atarka's Command. This card does kind of everything. Being able to Skullcrack your opponent, deal 3, and then they can't gain life is really cool. Being able to play a land from your hand almost never comes up, but sometimes you can go like really big with like the token sub-theme in the deck and give all your guys +1/+1 and just swing in for a million damage that way. On the token strategy, we have 4 Dragon Fodders and 4 Ortling Outbursts. They're just really efficient cards, so you get a lot of power on the board out of them. It makes it very hard for your opponent to use non-sweeper removal, and like I said, they synergize super well with the Atarka's Command to represent a ton of damage. Then we have 4 Exquisite Firecrafts. It's just one of the better burn spells in the format. 4 damage for 3 mana is efficient. And last but not least, 1 copy of Become Immense. We were already playing green mana. I don't want to play too many of these because the Delve's not the easiest to fulfill sometimes, but with Goblin Heel Cutter, you can pretty easily force through an attack that you dealt this onto for lethal, which I find extremely cool. For lands, we have 4 Wooded Foothills and 4 Cinderglades, as well as 1 Forest for our green mana. 4 Cinderglades is, I think, correct because we want to be able to cast our Atarka's Commands, but at the same time, the card is awkwardly kind of slow and cloggy. It can give us some hands where we can't play a 2-drop on turn 2, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Sometimes you just have to deal with it. Because we have these lands, the green stuff in our deck, we are not playing Blighted Gorge, which I think is an excellent card in these decks. If you choose to go an entirely mono red route, I would definitely play these. And maybe if there's even a way to play it in this kind of list, just tweak your mana around a little bit, or tweak your deck around a little bit rather. But then after that we just have 12 mountains, so just a stack, 12 of them, cool. But this is just a deck that's always present in Standard. It's something that if you're not prepared for, you're going to have a bad time playing in Standard tournaments, especially at the start of the season. So, take a look at this, think about it. Just before you go entering tournaments in the very near future, you guys should definitely think about how you're going to play against a deck similar to this. Probably not this exact list, obviously. I'm sure there's a better version out there, but I do like the choices I made in here. I think it's a very strong deck, very strong version of mono red, mono-ish red, I guess. And it's just something you should definitely be prepared for. It's going to be one of the pillars of the format for a while, I think. It's definitely the most aggressive deck right now, and it does a very good job of ending games quickly. So let me know what you guys think downstairs in the comments. If you have questions about the deck, sideboarding with or against it, if you want to see some gameplays, we'll probably get some recorded in the near future. Other than that, just make sure you guys like this video and subscribe to the channel for tons more Magic content coming soon. And if you're from the area, check us out on Facebook so you can be kept up with all of our events. Thanks for watching.